Alright everyone, we start off today, of course, announcing it is Super Tuesday. That means our normal live stream that usually goes around noon or thereabouts or a little bit before will not be a thing, because I will be going this evening around 7 o'clock Eastern time or thereabouts. I'll try to get on a little bit early, because the first results from the East Coast from some of the states, they come in then. 7:30, another trickle begins, and then at 8, most of the rest of the results start coming in. Now, we already know who's going to win all of these races. We know that Donald Trump is going to win every Republican race. We know that Joe Biden is going to win every Democratic Party race. It's a foregone conclusion. That's not, we're not even interested in that particularly. What I'm interested in is two things. Number one, does Nikki Haley finally see the writing on the wall and fucking drop out? Because she's not going to win a single goddamn state. She'll be lucky to get a handful of delegates and some of the proportional ones. That's the best that she can hope for. She, in my opinion, is delusional, and so because she won DC's primary there, she might actually be crazy enough to say, no, I'm still staying in. It'd be funny. It'd be amusing schadenfreude, but that's basically all it would be worth. Secondly, what's the differential? And this is something that I've had to analyze. What's the differential in turnout for the Democrats versus the Republicans on that ballot? So far, Donald Trump has had record turnout in a number of states. Iowa, I believe, was one. He had record turnout in Michigan, and I think in Nevada as well. I mean, for what little that was worth, because you had a split between the primary and the caucus. Trump was the only one running in the actual state-sanctioned caucus, so that doesn't really indicate anything. He's had high turnout in a number of races. Whereas on the Democratic side, it's mediocre, it's middling at best. You had in Michigan, for example, 13% of voters choosing uncommitted. That was because of Dearborn and Wayne County mainly. We got to see that differential. We got to see the enthusiasm gap. We're already beginning to see it, but this is the best opportunity that we have because a dozen states are going on the same day. I encourage you, regardless of who you're voting for, to go out and vote. If you're eligible, this only applies to people who are citizens of the United States. So, Argentinians need not apply. I would encourage you to go vote. I'll be voting later. I'll be going out and casting my vote for Trump. Thankfully, the polling place is real easy to get to. It's within a 5-minute walk, actually. It's the local elementary school, so I can just waddle down there and no problems. I don't even need to take the car. And I'll be voting for Trump. That's fairly clear. I'm not allowed to wear my Trump hat inside because you're not allowed to have like a political iconography on actually within the polling place because it might sway somebody's vote. Personally, I don't find it to be particularly problematic, but and some people flaunt that rule. But I'll just go by the book. I'll be voting for Trump for a restoration of sanity, mainly, to the United States. It would be nice if we could get back to not starting a bunch of bullshit wars on credit. It would be nice if we could control inflation. It'd be nice if an attempt were made to guard the southern border, etc., etc. Things were better under Donald Trump than they are under Joe Biden. That is objective. Then opinions need not apply. Things were simply materially better. And so I'll be voting for him because he deserves the vote. I mean, there's nobody else to vote for on the Dem ballot. I think there's also a progressive ballot in the state of Vermont because we've got a beefy far left. 10 people probably take the ballot, but it exists for what little it's worth. I mean, for the Dems, you can vote for Biden or you can vote for Biden, basically. I'm sure Marianne Williamson will have a few extra votes in a state this far left, by the way. On the Republican ballot, it's Trump versus the warmongering crazy chick, so, I have a feeling he'll probably win. Also, I want to see the margin of victory. I think that Trump will be riding at about 50 points ahead in most of the Super Tuesday states, and Biden will perform similarly. There will be people who vote for Mickey Mouse or Dean Phillips or Marianne Williamson, but Biden and Trump will easily win all of these races. The differential in turnout, that's number one. The gap between the nominees and everyone else in the field, that's number two. And number three, hopefully, we'll get a concession from Nikki Haley. I almost said Marianne Williamson. They operate very similarly and actually have similar views on certain woke issues, by the way. In the state of Vermont, I expect the gap to be 50-55 points or thereabouts, in Trump's favor, of course. And Biden will easily coast to a victory there as well. the race is over as of today because then most of the delegates pretty much are spoken for. So, half the states have already weighed in. The writing is on the wall. There's no reason why anyone other that's not named Donald Trump or Joe Biden should even be in the race after that point. Then we get a real kicker, a real treat. When everyone else is gone, so there are no other competing candidates, then what's the margin of victory? How many people sit it out or vote for, they cast a protest vote for Nikki Haley anyway, or a protest vote for Marianne Williamson or RFK Jr. Or something like that. I think the gap will be similar. There are TDS sufferers, but then there are people who are never Biden as well. Especially the far left, again, 13% in Michigan, although that's a disproportionately large number of voters because of their particular political and religious voting bloc. We have to look at all of these and much, much more for Super Tuesday. So we will be going live. We will be clanking tonight again at 7 p.m. Eastern, probably through about 9 p.m. Eastern. That's about all. Peace out.